Now I've got 5 minutes exactly. I'm not okay again. What am I doing here? So nervous. Hey guys, welcome back to Warmleena's channel. In this vlog, you're about to see a very real side of me. After quitting my job as a flight attendant, I was invited to one online interview, and this vlog contains all the emotional ups and downs that I go through while preparing for the interview. One day I'm super confident and I'm working hard to prepare for it. One day I'm falling into the negative cycle of thoughts just like any other human being. And finding a job and interviewing for a company is like a constant battle with yourself. It's a constant struggle that you have to go through. And just in time to cheer me up, Ana Luisa has sponsored me their products. Last summer, they provided me with their products before and they're still as good as new. I love their affordable prices, amazing product quality, and sustainable brand values. Every year, they try to increase the percentage of recycled, reclaimed, and upcycled materials in their products. The products I received this time are... It's a size 8, so it's a bit big for me, but I like that it is not tightening my fingers, so I can really casually wear it without feeling so uncomfortable. And I really like that you can add on this elegant look with just this simple earrings and rings on top. I'll link their Valentine's promotion in the description box. Be sure to check it out for the gift ideas for your loved ones, family, and friends. Now, enjoy! 구운 고구마 먹으면서 면접을 준비하고 있습니다. 면접 예상 질문들 쫙 추려봤고요. 이에 맞게 제 상황들 좀 정리해보고 디테일한 수치로 백업을 해보는 과정에 있습니다. So I spent last night and this morning, now it's about 12:30, to find the answers for the behavioral questions that could come up in the interview on Monday. And it's been stressing me so much out. I am not able to find good enough stories for them. I'm actually a beginner in my profession, worked as a flight attendant for 3 years, and worked in Amazon for 1 year, so in total 4 years of experience. And I cannot have had such an important role in making a decision or mediating a conflict, you know? The more I think, what is really a good enough of a situation or story I can tell them, it's just not going to be good enough anyway. Tell me about a time you identified a significant problem. Tell me about a time when you missed an obvious solution to a problem. Tell me about a difficult situation where there were multiple solutions. See, like even for this question, I keep thinking like, oh, what kind of a difficult enough situation did I have to impress them, and what kind of good enough multiple solutions did I have? So I have to stop stressing myself to find the perfect story that will impress them. Oh, this is so hard. Like, I really want to do well on this interview. And also the fact that I'm not getting much done from last night. Okay. I don't have to be good enough. Telling them what happened in my previous workplaces. I can do this. I have to go as myself as an interviewee, not like pretend that I'm somebody else or I've done something significantly different. It's just who I am, what I've done. And if some of the things that I did as a flight attendant is not measurable, oh well, that's... Okay, now going back. I'm gonna start with something that I can confidently answer. Tell me about a time you had a difficult client and how did you deal with it? Oh, I have so many difficult clients. Yes. Because we were a newly developing team, we were a newly launched team, we had many opinions. People can freely suggest what they want to see in the next newsletters or what they want to suggest to the management, building that good team environment for ourselves. I thought I was okay after shooting last time, and I'm not okay again. The questions that they ask are really deep, and I feel like I don't have good enough stories for them. Now that I've been here for exactly a month and not going back and forth Korea as often as I did before, it's hard. Now that the Korean New Year's just around the corner next week, it kind of makes me feel more lonely. So I did try to meditate just now and I cannot seem to focus. But I cannot spend the rest of the day like this today, so I'm gonna bring some of my stuff and go to a cafe and be around people so that I can focus a bit better, hopefully. This interview is so much stressful than it should be because I've worked for this company before. I feel like I should really do well and I might disappoint. I don't know who will be disappointed by me not making it through this interview. No one. Probably myself. Yeah, that's the problem. Really, I've been trying to work hard. So I'm gonna go with my pens and my books. Funnily enough, the bag is also from Amazon. So let's go to a cafe now, shall we? Done with figuring out the answers for all the different kinds of possible questions that I might be confronting at the interview, but also kind of realized that I cannot have answers to every single one of them. I think I'm gonna work on a few more and go home and start practicing by recording and watching myself how I am answering it at the moment. Got about a day and a half now to work on it, so really gonna start practicing from tonight. If I'm not good enough for them, well, that's just too bad. Maybe I'm not the fit for them. I can't be blaming myself for this anymore. Now that I think about it, out of all the interviews that I will have in the future, this one could be the easiest one. because it will only get more difficult as I build more experiences. It's actually really nice to think of it that way. Okay, that sounds good. I'm happy. Have you ever have an experience of developing original ideas, approaches, or solutions to unusual or difficult situations? Marzer and I were talking about ways to motivate people, motivate our team members, and really build a strong team culture. 왜 했다고 하지? Writing articles and creating contents from my communications major background as well. 너무 많은 걸 한 번에 담으려고 하지 마. Because we were the very first launching team of seller support in Korea, there was no precedence as to what kind of newsletter. Good morning. So today I have an interview and this is how my desk looks like. I got a huge pot of tea for me to calm down and think through what I want to say. And here I have my lucky socks. It's gonna make things funnier for me. I'm gonna wear this now. Now I've got like 45 minutes exactly. I'm dressed in this one piece, which is kind of casual, kind of business-like, just in the middle I think. And here, I'm gonna have funny socks underneath so I can be myself now and then looking down at my socks. There's no winning or losing. Obviously, we're just trying to see if it's a fit, but I feel like I really have a good chance at this. I will try to keep it down and be calm. The quick keywords and tips I will have in the back of my laptop to find a grasp of what I need to say when I'm lost. I don't know if they're gonna ask me any questions in German, so I prepared some terms that I want to say. Sprachunterstützung, Ihnen bei der Verbreitung Ihres Unternehmens zu helfen. Could you briefly describe yourself and walk me through your CV? I'm a person who is very obsessed with details. I believe the small details, although they need to be at first, but really make a difference in the customer experience. I don't know why I'm not so confident anymore. I'm gonna go there myself as me. They invited me over for an interview because they knew I had potential, and I do, and I will show them. I'm here to just sell myself, sell my potential. I'm just gonna have fun. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I'm enough! So, the interview is over, and I am blushing like crazy. Oh! From the next time, I shouldn't do blushes anymore. It was the first phone screen, so it wasn't as difficult as I had expected with someone who will be my team manager. It was a really pleasant communication, although I think that I could have given better examples and stories to her. I don't know why I chose certain other things to back up my story. Just came out of random. But yeah, I think she kind of liked me. What she said, I reacted to and gave further questions, and she added on, and it was really ping pong kind of communication, which was nice. And I will be getting a feedback from them in 2 business days, they said. I don't know. What's done is done. I did my best. You know, you tend to like think back into what you've said, what you've mentioned, and thinking back again, did I say it right? Or was it right to say this? Or something like that. Hey guys, same day again. So after the interview, I was super happy to do whatever, you know, like binge watching drama that I've been meaning to watch. And I watched like 2 episodes of it and already kind of got sick of it. I don't know why, but I just like couldn't really get into the characters. And because it's a drama about a broken up couple who had a very long relationship before, makes me think a lot. Yeah, probably should stop watching that drama. And today is the Lunar New Year in Korea, and I FaceTimed my family. Probably I've been preparing for this interview too hard. Like first thing and the last thing I thought about before and after going to sleep was preparing for this interview, and now I'm like super exhausted. I have something to film tomorrow and I can't really get myself up. It's only been 3 hours after the interview and I'm already stressing myself over this. And yeah, it's a lot of different things. The weather's pretty gray and my family's all there together and I'm here alone and I'm just wondering, for what? What am I doing here? Didn't leave the house for so long. Should probably go take a walk. The reason I'm filming this though is to provide a more relatable experience to people who study abroad, work abroad. And there are not always sunshine and rainbows in my life in Germany. It's sometimes gray as hell like this, and sometimes I'm energetic, back on track again after a walk in the park. So now about an hour passed and I turned on this camera to show you guys that I've written a follow-up email. I felt that I didn't respond back to certain questions as much as I wanted to, so I wrote to the HR person if she could deliver this email to the person who interviewed me today. On a second thought, I was hoping to elaborate on one of your questions asked today. And these are the action plan that I wrote in detail again. Yeah, whether it really helps or not, at least I've done my best. Now I feel much better. Now I can really go rest. Woohoo!
Picnic with my best friends. We start to plan what we will do. Now life's back.
여기가 원래 사람 되게 복잡복잡한 펍 거리인데 월요일 저녁이라 확실히 조용하네요.
Leaving lipstick stains on tall glasses of wine. Practically invented being nonchalant for fun. They tear apart Voltaire just like afternoon croissants. Strolling over bridges that were built in Renaissance. Isn't that what every romance loving 20-something woman wants? Midnight in Paris, I've always heard there's magic in the air as you're watching people dance by sand. Midnight in Paris, oh what a feeling. Steps on cobblestones, thinking this must be la vie en rose. Maybe
있는 재료 다 넣고 마라탕 만들었어요. 오늘은 그렇게 먹고 싶었던 청아 혼술을 할 겁니다. 너무 달아, 너무 달아. Just got it at the beginning of this year. It's such a cozy place. This is like my own personal little safe space that I would always apartment, and just gets like little cozy lights on.